guys!
Hello!
Finally!
We got Julian back here.
Yes, and this is the first time that we're recording in my crib.
In your apartment. And why is that, Julian?
I don't know, because we didn't want to disturb your wife.
No, because you wanted to show something
Yes, but that's
really heavy.
Yeah, later on.
Later on.
So, it's been 3 or 4 weeks.
Think so, yes.
Luckily we've kept to our promise and bought nothing at all.
Right.
Last Sunday it was a flea market in Edegem, my hometown.
Yeah.
And I did sell off at least 7 IKEA boxes full of crap, so at least I came through. What?
Fuck.
What are you doing, Thomas?
I don't know, man.
Finally, I've been saying this for years. I want to downsize. I want to consume less. And at last, I finally started off on the right foot. So I got rid of some stuff. But sadly, I also got some new stuff.
You didn't consume less. You just sold some stuff.
Yeah, but that's a step forward to me.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Normally, I just hoard. I hoard and hoard and hoard and hoard and hoard and hoard.
And
so, Thomas, what did you get the fine? Are we going to do this chronologically?
We're going to try, maybe?
Okay, we're going to try. I think we should at least do maybe 2 or 3 episodes, because
Yeah.
otherwise it will be 17 billion hours.
Okay, let's start with Asatsucon.
I'm just going to close the door,
Yeah,
because
sure.
then the sound will be better, I think.
The flea market in Borgerhout, was that before Asatsucon?
Flea market in Baghdad. Was I there?
Yes.
You mean the one in Deurne? Or?
In Deurne and Borgerhout.
Okay. I think there was a dig? No, I don't know. No idea.
So we went together to a flea market in Borgerhout and Deurne, 2 flea markets. Damn, I already did. And there was only one reseller, I think, with video games. And I bought this Puck Monster from him.
Is it like a Pac-Man ripoff?
Yeah, it's made by Gakken, and Gakken is actually Konami. So this is what Konami did before they start making really great games.
So does the Konami code work on this?
Probably not, because you don't have buttons. You don't have. You only have a joystick. But this was 10, I think, that I paid for it. I also paid 10 for the batteries that are.
Is it a good price?
It's a good price.
Do you have any idea what it's worth nowadays? Is it worth anything at all? Is it?
I think on eBay it goes maybe like 30 or something. These LCD games, they're collectible. A lot of people like them. Mostly the tabletop models are very wanted. But for me, 10 is a nice price. I mean, it's not bad, and I love these kind of things, and it still works. So.
Did it originally come in a box, you think? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I have one of these, not Puck Monster, but another Gakken game in a box at home.
Okay.
And then the reseller also sold a lot of other video games, of course, and I found in his stack Metal Gear Solid for the Game Boy Color, which is known as Metal Gear Ghost Babel, is the original title in Japan and the USA. He wanted 4 for this. It's a 40 euro game. And he was asking like 8 or 9 for Hook. And so,
which is a common game?
Yeah, it's a super common game.
So he dropped the ball. Now you dropped the game.
Yeah, he certainly dropped the ball on that game. Yeah, I think that's it from that day. You gave me that day a very cool Bandbridge SCART cable. Pretty sweet.
It's a SCART cable I got from Thijs Bastiaans when he gave me his old Bang & Olufsen VHS player / recorder. And 3 SCARTs were included, and I didn't need 3, and I know you always like SCARTs.
I hoard SCART cables. And other cables.
You're the king of SCARTs.
I'm the king of SCART. Also, if you would like, please like his comments from Thijs Bastiaanse, because I accidentally marked his comment as spam. And now it's impossible for me to comment back on his comments.
Really?
And it's impossible to undo the spam mentioning. I even emailed YouTube about it, but no reply, of course.
Poor Tess.
But apparently, if you have 3 likes, the status, if the comment has 3,
oh really?
the status goes back up. So
we'll
maybe
all like Tess.
his comments, not.
Well, sometimes we also like Tess when he's kind and friendly.
and not grumpy. Don't know when I got this, but it was in the Opnieuw & Co, which is Thrift Store in Mortsel. It's a really strange alien figure.
Is it an official alien?
It's an official, I looked it up. It's from 1997, so I assume it's from the Resurrection movie. I don't remember this being in the movie, but anyway, I thought it was pretty neat to put on the shelf in the game room. It's
the shelf of interesting items,
yes,
as
indeed.
Ashens would say.
It was, I think, €2, which is a lot. I was still debating, like, €2 for this really funky alien. But in the end, I bought it.
In the end, you thought, what the hell?
And then another item from around the same period. You know, I have a lot of PVM monitors.
Yes.
And they all have this really weird connector type. So to use regular RCA cables, you need this adapter. And I already had 5 of them, but I was always switching them around. And it was €10 for 50. So I was like, bye.
Sweet. What's the meaning of this RCA?
So I already used up 2 bags, and as you can see, there's some 30 connectors left, but they will be used up eventually. So did you get anything that day? Maybe a record or something?
That day?
I don't know.
What was that day? I don't remember. Was it the Boyruit fleet?
Yeah, you got, yeah.
I think I got some...
your records,
yeah,
MC Hammer.
some 7 inches. This is yours, by the way. This is a present for Thomas.
Woohoo! Wayne's World 2 on VHS in a strange box, which I like.
Clamshell.
Clamshell.
It's not so strange, it's just an ex-rental.
But it's smaller. Normally the clamshells are a bit wider.
This is the way Videoland in Arium always did it. Yeah, so that day, I remember now, there were 2 flea markets that we went to, one in Deurne, I think, and one in Boyruit.
Yeah, but we didn't find anything in Deurne.
No, I did. I found 3 or 4 7-inch singles, so this is a mixture of those 2 flea markets. So, what did I get? These were all 50 cents, by the way, which is nice.
Yes, I tried to haggle, but it didn't work.
No. There was one guy, I think you tried 3 for €1.
Yeah, or something.
So he said like 50 for 1, and then Thomas said, can you do 3 for €1? No, that's practically giving them away. Then I'd rather keep them. He was obviously a former DJ, because they were all very well played, and the
also
cover art was
on alphabet and in like
and stickers even and genres. So a former DJ. So what did I get? Tanita Tikaram, a good tradition.
It's a good tradition of love and hate.
Indeed. Great song, great song.
As a kid, my dad always used to put on that CD, the full album.
Oh, really?
I have good memories of that CD.
A Belgian classic, Wigbert with the Ebbehout Blues.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna sing that. These were from a different person. These are from Deurne.
I think I had at least 3 tables. This was the only one I got from this guy.
Yeah.
And this is really like a good thing, because first of all, Belgian singles are always a little more rare because they're pressed in lower quantities.
Only for the half of Belgium.
Yeah, just for 6 million people. So let's say that maybe, I don't know, what would be because this was of course back in the day when they still sold records in the 90s, but I don't know what would be the average pressing, maybe 10,000?
At max, I think. Maybe
of course, a golden record was 10,000 back in the day, so you had to at least...
and more people bought records back then.
I think, no, I'm even mistaken, a gold record was 25 and a platinum record was 50,000. So let's say, well, I don't know, but let's assume, of course, in 1993 when this came out, there were already CD singles, so there was this sort of transitional period between 7 inches on vinyl, well, of course on vinyl, 7 inches and CD singles, so I don't know. Let's say this is not the most... I've never seen it before, and it's a great song about a guy, Wigbert, singing about his girlfriend who has African roots, and she sort of has this craving to explore her roots, to go back to...
which is normal, I guess.
Yeah, to go back to her mother country, and it's a great song. And it even came with a free... this is really expensive in its own right. For example, if you want to buy this is at least 20 or 25 cents, so
of course.
it was just 50 cents for the single included. So great gets. This was one of those from the DJ, the Adam's Groove by MC Hammer. I tweeted this to MC Hammer, and he liked and he retweeted this to his followers because I wrote the funny text that what one finds on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. in Belgium of all places, and apparently he found that a funny remark. So yeah, this is one you hate the song, right?
Yeah, it's I didn't know it before, but now
They do what they want to do. Say live what they want to live, play what they want to play.
really
Family.
a boring song actually. I think.
It's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's true. It's really cool. MC Hammer is a cool looking.
Yeah, he knew how to dance.
Yeah.
He still knows how to dance.
it's
You
really
should check his Twitter. He's still, because he's now, let's see, he's 55, but the guy still has dynamite moves. I mean, he's so
like me.
Of course.
He's so fluid.
Another one from the not DJ.
No, it wasn't this one.
This is from the very famous Belgian, one of the, let's say, the godfather of stand-up comedy, Urbanus. He made it big in the 70s. He also had his own comic strip, still has his own comic strip, did TV shows, sold out crowds, conquered the Netherlands, one of the most famous and rich Belgian stand-up comedians. But he also had a thriving musical career. And this is actually the B-side. This is funny. This is the B-side. This is his most famous song. I mean, the song Als Moeder Zong, When Mother Sang.
I don't even know it.
No one remembers this, but the B-side, Een bakje vol met stro, which is like a crib full of hay. And it's a sort of satirical retelling of the birth of Christ.
Yeah.
It's a very, very funny song that angered the very Christian Flemish community in the 70s. It was sort of
which probably made his way to stardom even better.
And it's just a funny song. I mean, he tells it in a very funny way. For example, that Jesus takes his Ferrari and drives off and says, "If you want to follow me, you have to walk. You have to run." So it's just a funny song. Then one of your favorites,
Yes.
Pet Shop Boys. It's a sin. At school they taught me. It's sort of like a nasal. Yeah. At school they taught me how to be.
But he always sings nasal like this. Huh?
Go west. No, it's
I don't know why. I don't know when.
You're always on my mind. No, it's a superb song. I mean, It's a Sin is one of their highlights. I mean, they have at least 15 classics. I'm also very fond of their late 90s outfit. For example, remember when they dressed up as a sort of a persona, as a sort of twins with dogs, and they sang like, what was it, New York City boy. and also, don't know what you want, but I can give it anymore. And that was the title of the song, super long. Don't know what you want, but but this is one of their earlier songs from the mid 80s, 87. So you were 5, I was 4.
Yeah.
No, I was 3 and you were 4.
I was 4, yeah.
You was 4, and Ankant was 1. She was born in 86,
85.
But it's a super song. It's a sin.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it's a sort of just as Urbanus did. It's sort of dealing with their strict Catholic upbringing and coming to terms with.
Not Catholic. They're Protestant, or they're from England. So
there are no Catholics in England.
Not
at all.
What is their church called?
The Presbyterian? No, Church of the New England?
Church of England. It's actually called.
Well, anyway, they're strict, whatever upbringing, and it's sort of a protest song against the teacher said he had to do this, and the father said he had to do that, and he just wanted to be gay, probably.
I just want to be gay, man. Also, the Pet Shop Boys, they always have very good B-sides.
It's true. Yeah. I don't know what this B-side is.
I don't know from...
You know where you went wrong. You know?
I don't know this one, but they re-released all their albums in early 2000s with all the B-sides from the singles, because they always include other songs than are on the album.
That's nice. I mean, then you at least have a purpose to buy a single.
Yeah. And they always kind of do this sort of thing. And we always go to the concerts when they're here in Belgium. And they always have variations of the songs, never strictly the original song, but also nicely mixed.
I think last month you went to the Pet Shop Boys.
In Brussels.
How was it?
It was very good.
So who did you go to? Because your wife couldn't go.
With a friend of my wife who is also a fan of the Pet Shop Boys, and her sister.
They're still good. The Pet Shop Boys?
Well, last year we saw them in Locust Feest, which is also a festival here in Belgium, and it was the concert was less good, but the crowd was also not fan.
Okay.
We're not fans, but this crowd really was fanatic. So it's really they enjoy themselves, we enjoy ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Did they play "It's a Sin"?
Of course.
In the normal version or in the remix?
It's always remixed a bit. They never play. They play all their top hits, but they never play their songs like they were on the single.
Okay, cool. And then the final I picked up also from the DJ is one of my favorite songs, rest in peace George Michael, Too Funky. You're just too funky from me. Great song. It's unbelievable. I mean, I once read a comment that George Michael was like the only white guy who really knew how to sing like a black soul singer. And it's true. I mean, this guy is so funky. And normally white guys, you know, when we dance, we just suck.
Can't jump.
Yeah, it's no white guys can't dance. It's true. I mean, we suck when we don't have rhythm. But George Michael was so funky. I really miss him actually. I think I never saw him live. And I think he was unappreciated in life. I mean, he was super rich and super famous.
Yeah.
But the last 15 years, he was ridiculed. He was mocked. He was
He had sex in too many places.
arrested. He fell out of a car. I mean,
really
while driving.
Yeah.
So really, this happened. And then he had some pneumonia where he almost died from. And then he just died at the age of what was it? 54? So no, 53.
That's really young. How did he die?
It's not even common. Just according to the he was.
Pills.
I don't know. He was addicted to marijuana. Normally
that doesn't kill you.
Normally, it shouldn't kill you. But then he gained a lot of weight, so that the last paparazzi pictures of him from last year, he was like really an obese guy.
Was he living in the United States?
No, in the UK. He still had a few. Well, he had a few houses here and there. But then his boyfriend at the time, he claimed that he just went out like a sort of a flame or like a candle in the wind, which is ironic because one of his best friends was Lady Di. But I think it's just sad that you shouldn't die at 53 when you're this talented. He should have made records until he was 80, 85 like Tony Bennett or Jerry Lee Lewis. I don't know, it's just sad. Why did he die? Well, I don't know. He just did. Yeah, well. So, what else did you get?
Well, then a couple of weeks, I think, later, we went to Asatsucon.
So it's like Japanese.
Yeah, con in Ghent, in the city of Ghent.
A very disappointing convention.
Yeah, it was really small. There were
which is okay, I mean.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but there were no video games, no vintage toys.
No, there were video games because we went there as part of
but no other sellers video games. Only the friend we were helping out. So we left at like 10:30 or something.
An hour after it opened.
Yeah, I had to be somewhere. I had to go to a barbecue at lunch.
But then we spent 17 billion hours getting back from Ghent.
Okay, we drove next to a flea market, and Julian said, "Let's go there," because we were actually planning to go to the thrift stores in this other town, but
in Ghent.
In Ghent, but
Ghent, a famous city in Belgium.
But then we saw a flea market, and we hit up that flea market, and it was gold.
Yeah, we found a lot of cool things.
Yeah.
But then sadly, of course, we had to spend a lot of time getting home because
we
you had to go to the barbecue, traffic jam. You even had to drop me off at some sort of remote part of Antwerp, and I spent 2 hours getting home. So it wasn't the best day ever, but still we had some good deals. So what did you get at that flea market?
I don't really recall the order, but these action figures were €1 a piece.
Ah, yes.
And they're all Ghostbusters related.
True.
And they're all pretty, not in the best, they're used condition of course, but they're in an okay shape.
This was a guy, I remember, this guy actually sold all of his childhood things, so it was not a reseller.
No.
It was a cool guy who really had, cool great stuff. Yeah, he even had some old Panini sticker albums, he had a few books,
It was weird, for the sticker albums he was asking high prices.
Yeah, so that made me wary, thinking like this will be a very expensive resale, but then his figures were just $1, so or €1.
And I got all the Ghostbusters here. I already have other ones at home, but so it was €5 for these 5 figures. He had a lot more Ghostbuster figures, but those were the ones I already had at home, so didn't buy those.
This is obviously a Bela Lugosi ripoff. Karloff.
You had the monster series from Ghostbusters. You had then the transforming figures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very fond of the granny that opens her crocodile jaw.
I had as a kid, I had like a sort of voodoo zombie who does this and his hair pops out. And since then I've been wanting Ghostbuster figures.
So then, walking along this flea market, we saw tons and tons, like really like a mother load of video games.
Yeah.
Boxes and boxes, but sadly this guy was a reseller, so not the best of prices.
Nope.
He obviously had spent a lot of time on other flea markets where it rains because
Yeah.
most boxes were dirty, had some, well,
Sun fading.
sun fading, rain damage, wrinkled sheets. Very sad to see, and then still ask top dollar.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't do it. If I was him and I had games in this bad condition, I would just lower my prices.
Yeah.
He
They-
didn't.
They cleaned up pretty nicely, but still they're sun faded. So I think I paid 35 for.
I remember you were enthusiastic because there was one sort of expensive game that
Yeah.
made it worthwhile, something like that.
Two games are pretty expensive.
Mhm.
So this one isn't expensive, but I only had a loose one at home, and this one is like minty.
Minty.
Also the manual and everything.
Whoa, what a big game! What's
Yeah.
going on there?
It's
It's a super big cartridge.
It has an extra coprocessor in it.
Oh, it's sort of like the Star Wing for the SNES.
Yeah, I believe it was 100 euros when this came
Back
out.
in the day.
Yeah.
No. And still, it's not an expensive game today.
No, today because it didn't sell well and it was overproduced. And
Is it a good game?
I like it a lot. People say the 32X version is better, but I think this one isn't that bad. And it's an arcade classic virtual racing. It didn't age well, but I like it for what it is, and I love the music. So
It's really heavy. I mean, you can.
yeah.
It's a heavy cartridge.
It's also because the manual is.
It's
heavy.
also heavy.
Next up is Rambo 3. We have the Mega Drive version, not the Master System version. Now I have both. As you can see, this cover has been wet in the past. No manual. Then Line of Fire, which is also a more expensive game. I don't know exactly how much, but it's a rarer game. It's a shooter. And this one is the most expensive one. An RPG. I love this with password save. Like that, just with the passwords, you know. It's not saving. I mean, come on.
Yeah, but still.
But the cartridge I didn't see it at the time. But
Whoa, that's really messed up. So you need
Yeah.
another one maybe.
yeah, it's a shame.
You know, nowadays, I really like passwords. I mean, some people laugh when I say this, but
Yeah.
no. I really detest the standard practice nowadays of the auto saving.
Easy
I mean,
save. Yeah.
I should be allowed to decide when I want to save. Don't tell me when to save. It's the same. We just discussed this.
Yeah.
A Windows computer tells me I want to update. No,
Yeah.
I should be. It's
Yeah.
Blade Runner. I mean, computer shouldn't think, and a game shouldn't think for me.
Well, it doesn't think. It's a guy in Microsoft who
yeah,
decides.
sure, but
now everybody.
if you
updates.
say no, your computer will just not work anymore.
Yeah, and after a while, it just does that.
I hate that. And also with the game, for example, with Zelda Breath of the Wild, I mean, it's a great game, but don't autosave. I want to save. I don't get it.
The most annoying thing about computers is when you're right before work, you want to print out something, you want to shut it down, take it to work
Yeah.
with you, and then it starts updating.
Yeah.
Don't shut down. What the fuck, man? I gotta go in 10 minutes with. I mean, that's just really horrible.
Horrible.
The last game I bought from this strange reseller was Back to the Future 3. Just because Julian's a big Back to the Future fan, and I wanted to check it out. And it's not that common of a game.
It's funny that you say you bought it because I'm a Back to the Future fan, but I'm not getting it, so.
No, but I got it, and now I can play it. So you got anything there? I don't-
Yeah, I'm just gonna show some random things. Let's see, because I also got something from yeah, here it is. So the guy with the Ghostbusters figures
Yeah, you
was
bought a
apparently
book there.
yeah. So he got the original Ghostbusters book in Dutch. Yeah. So just €1.
That's
I think the thing that I like about this the most, apart from it's cool to have in the collection. I'm also a Ghostbusters fan. Is that it has a different font.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the iconic Ghostbusters, but it does on the spine.
Yeah.
So what's going on there? So they did have the font, but they just included I don't know. It's just a Dutch book, and I'm pretty sure there will be some hilarious, let's say, misunderstandings and wrong
Translation
explanations.
mistakes.
I remember I once read the first translation of the Star Wars novel. So
I
which
had
is
that one. I thought.
so it's like the Star Wars novel before the movie came out. So in '76, George Lucas, under a nom de plume because it's actually written by a ghostwriter, but it's credited to George Lucas. And it came out. I remember I have the English version saying "soon to be a major motion picture." So
soon to be.
it's amazing if you think about it because back then the world didn't know anything at all about Star Wars, and now we have 17 billion books and movies and action figures, and you can spend billions of dollars if you. Imagine trying to get.
100 million.
Yeah, no. Imagine trying to get everything from Star Wars.
No, that would be
it's impossible. Yeah. So, but back then, just one book, and then, for example, I remember they translate the Force as the gift in Dutch.
Gift.
The gift. And so not the power or the Force, but the gift.
The gift.
So this was just €1, which was nice. And I also got at the same. I don't know if it was the flea market. Let's see. I'll just take something random. Tess Bastians, the patron saint of the channel, he sold
like
me
his comments.
Yeah, like his comments. He sold me a very nice, an original Game Boy Tetris for the Game Boy, one of my favorite games of all time. So this is the Japanese box
nice,
Game Boy, just €3.
Yeah, it's not a bad price.
Yeah, that's the price Tess paid, and then which surprised me.
Why did he sell it? He had the double.
Yeah, double. Yeah, he always sells his doubles. It's the exact same cartridge, so even the text is all in English. And that's weird because in '89 you would expect to see a Japanese translated copy.
Sure.
Nowadays, I remember you told me, for example, if the game has sort of an American angle, for example, a wrestling game will be in English, even in Japan. But in the '80s, I would expect.
Maybe it was programmed by an English company or an American.
Yeah, Bulletproof
software.
But I don't know.
I know they had a license Bulletproof, but I don't know if Nintendo programmed it themselves or.
Anyway, I checked it out. I just played it all the way through. I mean, you can't really complete it. You can play the Speed 9, level 5, which is the hardest, and then you get the spaceship if you complete it. And it's all in English. It's really like the same cartridge. The only thing that's different is the artwork on the. I hope you can see these guys. This is the artwork on the label. And
Japanese artwork.
Yes, I really like it because, yeah, I'm trying to downsize my game collection, but when it's a game that I know I can finish, it makes me happy. Because then it's not backlogged.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Well, still at the same flea market. I think this was my first pickup because.
What's the highest you can say games? Try. Whoa, that's high.
I used to sing in the church choir when I was a kid.
Before your balls dropped?
Yeah, before my balls dropped. So.
Wow.
Go pretty high.
Soon my neighbors will think I'm murdering you.
So this was the first thing I found. This was also the first game we saw. So then we didn't meet up with the reseller or any of the others. So it was Slim Pickens in the beginning, but I bought
Slim Pickens.
Hitman HD Trilogy for the PS3. Never played a Hitman game. Apparently they're nice. I don't know.
The movies are apparently very crappy, but
movies based on games are always.
The games have a good reputation.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they make a HD trilogy out of this, so it can't be that bad. I don't know.
How much did you pay?
I think it was 150 or.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a bad price.
Can't complain.
Can't complain. I think they asked 2 and I said 1 and then 150 or something.
Thomas is the king of haggling.
These ones were 250 a piece.
250?
250. Well, they were also asking 4, but I haggled down. As always, as usual. So, Jak and Daxter. Is this the first Jak and Daxter game?
I think it is.
The Precursor Legacy?
No, then it's probably not. I think the first is just called Jak and Daxter.
This is from 2001, so it's pretty
So
early.
maybe it's you. Yeah, we should check it out. Is it also from Naughty Dog? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, of course.
One of the best developers.
And Sniper Elite. I love the second game on the Wii U, so maybe I should try the first game on the Wii.
Why not?
Why not?
I think we're gonna call it quits here because otherwise we'll have...
one more game for the same flea market.
Ah, okay. Oh, wow, this is one of my favorites.
I bought this together with a very expensive game, Legend of Cartia. These were €2 a piece. I already traded off Legend of Cartia, but this one I promised if I had it double I would give it to you.
Do you have it?
No, sorry. I used to have this one as a kid. It was the first Spider-Man game where you could really shoot webs
you
and
really
fly.
have. It's still one of my favorites. I played on PC back when I had a PC.
Yeah.
Narration by Stan Lee. No, sorry, by Bruce Campbell. No, I'm mistaken. Wait, there is a game with Bruce Campbell is in Spider-Man 2. This is Stan Lee. Stan Lee narrates this. Yeah, and it's the first game that really makes you feel as if you're Spider-Man, and it's so good. It's
not just a side-scrolling.
It is. It's a sort of a sandboxy.
Well, it's linear, the level.
Yeah, but you have the option to swing.
Yeah, but the ball's in it. I mean.
Yeah, but it's cool.
It's a very good game. It's made by the same people who Tony Hawk.
Yeah, indeed. What was the name? Neversoft. And I'm looking for the N64 version, which is apparently also very good, but it only came out in America. Which made me sad. I wanted to have the PAL version.
Of this Spider-Man?
Yeah, there is a Spider-Man for the N64, only American.
Can I show you one more thing from the same day?
Okay.
So we helped out David set up his booth at this Comic-Con.
David, our favorite video game
reseller. And I picked out 4 games from his shop.
Yeah, I made a mistake. He asked me, Julian, do you want anything? I said, no, and then I thought, wait, I should have...
But I paid for these.
Okay. He wanted to give me something.
Well, I traded for these, I'll say it like that.
Okay.
Captain Comic, which is an unlicensed game by Koei.
Why would you want an unlicensed game?
Why not?
It's like a stain on your collection.
No, it's a special item in my collection. Dragon Spirit, which is a scrolling shooter, which I already have the Japanese version on, but why not get the American as well? Commando, also I have the Japanese version already.
Based on the Schwarzenegger movie?
No, sadly no.
Get to the chopper!
Get to the chopper! It's an awesome movie. When he's feeding the deer.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Commando?
No, but I have a few classics to catch up. For example, last week I saw Terminator 2 for the first time.
Well,
I love it.
The movie begins when he chopped wood in the
Get
woods,
to the chopper,
and he has like this really big tree on his shoulder. He's like walking, doo-doo, and then he's feeding a deer, and it's like this idyllic scene. It's like really strange. It's an awesome movie.
Is it? Do you have it on VHS or
on
DVD?
Laserdisc.
On Laserdisc. Does it get any better? No.
It doesn't get any better than Commando on Laserdisc. It's really, it's Schwarzenegger at his finest, I think.
I really like Schwarzenegger. I've only seen a handful of movies, but I think he's underrated as an actor. I mean, the guy has chops. Have you seen Maggie? Maggie's like a horror movie. He's so good. He's really good. A tormented father who's seeing his daughter go down tubes. Amazing acting.
He's also good in Conan. Like,
I've never seen Conan.
You should think that a barbarian in a movie like that would be really horrible. Yeah, but it's not. He's really
like my imitation.
Yeah, it's very good. So the last game I got from...
Put that cookie down. Have you seen the jingle all the way? I've never seen it. I just know the meme. It's a meme from the internet.
Yeah.
So it's
you
like
never see a jingle all the way?
No. It's like it's Jake Lloyd, by the way, from the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I know.
That's
a kid from Phantom Menace.
and it's the very, very great Phil Hartman, who we all miss. Troy McClure and Lionel Hutz, who was murdered by his wife. So sad. Yeah, shot to death. Shot in his sleep. Because, sad. Phil Hartman. No, really, one of the funniest guys in Hollywood. And I think he's phoning or something like, or he's saying something like, I'm enjoying your wife's cookies, and then put that cookie down.
That cookie down.
Okay, so
he's like really an asshole in that movie.
Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He wants to get this action figure for his kid, but he's not nice about it. You know, he's like really an angry father.
I've never seen it, but the title is so stupid. Also,
Jingle all the way, baby. It's also because it's very sunny in that movie. It doesn't feel like Christmas, you know. It's in New York, I guess, or LA, probably some.
I hope I can interview Schwarzenegger one day. I mean, I think he's so cool.
Doubt it. He will probably grab your ass.
No, I think he's quite a cool guy. Have you seen his rants against Trump?
Yeah.
He's a really cool guy.
And I like his.
He has a strong sense of
politics.
What's right?
What's right.
He's a Republican, but he's a good Republican.
He's a Democrat at heart, but a Republican because he's rich.
No, not at all. Don't you? Sorry, I'm really going off topic here, but no. He came to America and he said, "I came to America." No, also as a Republican, he said, "I believed in the values of, for example, Nixon, Reagan. Of course, back then he was already in America, but also Lincoln. We always forget Lincoln is like a cool guy. He's also a Republican. So he valued their opinion. So he said, I'm a Republican. But last year he said, for the first time in 40 years, he came to America in the 70s. He says, I can't vote Republican. I can't. What Trump is doing is not what I stand for and what the Republicans stand for. So he's really like a level-headed guy. He's not like your average stupid celebrity.
Yeah, it's true. He also cares about the environment.
It does. Sadly, he cheated on his wife, which
multiple times probably.
No.
So
No.
back to the games.
Yeah, the games.
Last game I got also, I think, unlicensed. It looks unlicensed.
Yeah, it sure does. Look up.
Shockwave.
Remember back in the early 90s, early 2000s, you had these crappy Flash games and it was called Shockwave, and you had to wait an hour for them to load. So we're gonna quit here to have a relatively short, probably still 30 minutes, but we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.